All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about the absolute heart of every single device you use, from your phone to your laptop. We're getting into the central processing unit, or as you probably know it, the CPU.
So get this. What if I told you that right now, inside the device you're watching this on, something is making billions of decisions every single second? And nope, I'm not talking about some fancy AI or a piece of software. The answer is actually a physical thing, a piece of hardware. It's this tiny, incredibly complex chip. We're talking smaller than your fingernail that holds just an unbelievable amount of power.
And that little chip? Well, that's the CPU, the central processing unit. Honestly, the best and simplest way to think about it, it's the brain. It's the brain of your computer, the command center for literally everything it does.
Okay, so if it's the brain, what does that actually mean? Like, what does it really doing? And more importantly, how does that affect you right now as you're just sitting here? Well, let's break it down. Think about it. Pretty much everything you do goes through the CPU. You open an app, that's the CPU. You're watching this video, CPU. Playing a game or messing around with those new AI tools, yep, that's the CPU too. Every single click, every tap, it all gets processed right there. It's the master coordinator for your whole digital life. But how? I mean, how does a chunk of silicon actually think? It feels like magic, right? Well, it all boils down to this one fundamental, super fast loop. This is really the secret sauce to how it all works. So at its very core, the CPU is just running a simple 4-step loop over and over again. First, it has to fetch an instruction from memory, kind of like asking, all right, what do you need me to do now? Then it has to decode it. Basically, it figures out what that command actually means. Next, the big one, it executes the command. It does the actual math or moves the data. And finally, it has to store the result somewhere. So fetch, decode, execute, store. And here's the crazy part. That simple loop, it's happening billions of times every single second. Okay, so that's the game plan. But who's actually on the field making this happen? Let's kind of crack open the CPU and meet the all-star team inside. First up, you've got the control unit, or the CU. Just think of this as the manager, or maybe a traffic cop. It's not the one doing the heavy lifting, the math. Instead, its job is to direct the flow of everything. It tells all the other parts what to do and when to do it. It's the conductor of this tiny, lightning-fast orchestra. All right, next is the part that does do the heavy lifting, the Arithmetic Logic Unit, or ALU. This is the calculator. This is the powerhouse. It handles all the math, adding, subtracting, and all the logic, like comparing two things to see if they're equal. If any thinking is happening, it's happening right here in the ALU. Now, for the ALU to be that fast, it can't be waiting around for data. It needs stuff right now. And that's where registers come in. These are these super duper fast, tiny little memory slots built right onto the CPU itself. The best way to picture them is like a workbench. They hold only the exact data the CPU is working on in this very instant. Okay, so registers are for what's happening right this second. But what about data the CPU uses all the time, but not at this exact millisecond? Well, having to go all the way out to the main computer memory, the RAM, is, believe it or not, way too slow. And that's why we have cache memory. Think of it like a shortcut. It's a small chunk of super fast memory that keeps frequently used stuff right next to the CPU, just in case. Honestly, this is a huge reason why modern computers feel so snappy. So we've met the team, we've seen the process, but that still doesn't fully explain the mind-boggling speed, does it? To really get that, we have to zoom in. I mean, way in. So what are all of these things? The control unit, the ALU, the registers, what are they actually made of? Like at the most fundamental microscopic level? The answer, it starts with a number, and that number is billions. With a B. We're talking billions of tiny microscopic on-off switches called transistors. And that's it. That's the secret. Every single part of a modern CPU is built from just billions of these simple little switches. And this right here, this is the bedrock of all modern computing. It's so simple, it's brilliant. When a transistor is off, it represents a 0. When it's on, it represents a 1. That's it. Your favorite song, that amazing photo, every single complex thing your computer does, at the end of the day, it's all just a gigantic, massive sequence of ones and zeros, being flipped on and off by these billions of switches. But, it's not just about cramming more and more transistors in there. Modern CPUs are also incredibly smart. They use all these clever tricks to get even faster. Like they have multiple cores, which is basically like having several CPUs working together in parallel. They use something called pipelining, which is like an assembly line for instructions. They even try to predict what you're going to do next so they can get a head start. It's all about working smarter, not just harder.
So here's the takeaway. You combine those billions of transistors with that super fast instruction cycle, and then you throw in all these clever efficiency tricks, and what do you get? You get a machine that can perform trillions of operations per second. Trillions, all happening quietly inside that one tiny chip.
So the next time you tap your screen, launch an app, or do anything at all on your device, just for a second, think about that incredible microscopic ballet happening inside. What will you remember about the tiny brain with its billions and billions of switches, making it all possible?